Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Wow. And thank you, Dana. Thank you, Kid Rock, sometimes referred to as Bob. And thank you, Lee, right from the beginning. Thank you very much. What a talent. What a beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you. Friends, delegates, and fellow citizens, I stand before you this evening with a message of confidence, strength, and hope. 4 months from now, we will have an incredible victory, and we will begin the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. Together, we will launch a new era of safety, prosperity, and freedom for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. The discord and division in our society must be healed. We must heal it quickly. As Americans, we are bound together by a single fate and a shared destiny. We rise together or we fall apart. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you. And I will never, ever let you down. I promise that. I will never let you down. To all of the forgotten men and women who have been neglected, abandoned, and left behind, you will be forgotten no longer. We will press forward, and together we will win, win, win. Win, 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 win. Nothing will sway us, nothing will slow us, and no one will ever stop us. No matter what dangers come our way, no matter what obstacles lie in our path, we will keep striving toward our shared and glorious destiny, and we will not fail. We will not fail. Together we will save this country, we will restore the republic, and we will usher in the rich and wonderful tomorrows that our people so truly deserve. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer, greater, and more united than ever before. And quite simply put, we will very quickly make America great again. Thank you very much.
Now, I think our disagreements actually make us stronger. That's what I've learned in my time in the United States Senate, where sometimes I persuade my colleagues and sometimes they persuade me. And my message to my fellow Americans, those watching from across the country, is shouldn't we be governed by a party that is unafraid to debate ideas and come to the best solution? That's the Republican Party of the next 4 years, united in our love for this country and committed to free speech and the open exchange of ideas. And so tonight, Mr. Chairman, I stand here humbled, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to say I officially accept your nomination to be Vice President of the United States of America. Thank you.
America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character in public life still matter?
Together for years, and I can attest he knows how to build the infrastructure that delivers wins up and down the ballot. Thank you, Ben. So it is good to be back in Wisconsin, and it is great to be in Milwaukee. As many of you know, our state campaign headquarters are in this city. Yes, and there is a reason for that. The path to the White House goes through Wisconsin. Yes, it does. And to win in Wisconsin, we are counting on you right here in Milwaukee. And you all helped us win in 2020. And in 2024, we will win again. Yes, we will. So, Milwaukee, I want to start by saying a few words, and I could really speak at length, but a few words about our incredible President, Joe Biden. It has truly been one of the greatest honors of my life to serve as Vice President to our President, Joe Biden. Joe's legacy of accomplishment over his entire career and over the past 3.5 years is unmatched in modern history. In one term, think about it, in one term as president, he has already surpassed the legacy of most presidents who served 2 terms in office. And I know we are all deeply, deeply grateful for his continuing service to our nation. And it is my great honor to have Joe Biden's endorsement in this race. So, Wisconsin, I am told as of this morning that we have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination.
As a prosecutor, as an attorney general like I used to be, she prosecuted rapists, domestic abusers, stood for victims, and put away those abusers. Now look at the other side.
Come about speaking in front of you honestly. For several decades, I was a dues-paying union member, so I stood in the seats where you're at. Probably should be a few more of us as governors and members of Congress, but I have to tell you, in my first campaign for Congress, in a debate, my opponent came at me and said, "Tim is in the pocket of organized labor." And I popped back up, I said, "That is a damn lie. I am the pocket." And it seemed to me that if he was attacking me for standing up for collective bargaining, for fair wages, for safe working conditions, for apprenticeship programs, for health care, and for retirement, I'd roll the dice on that thing and see how it went, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm proud to now have the privilege of being the governor of Minnesota, but I come about speaking in
Look, we were laughing with each other, not at someone. Just a positive vision. And so just to be a part of this, I'm all in. I'm all in on this positive future. I'm all in that we can heal some of these rifts. And I think you saw it. You saw soon-to-be President Harris exhibit all those qualities and a grace that America is so hungry for. So I can't tell you, I'm just excited. I'm excited to be here. I've never felt this energy in an awful long time. America's smiling again. America believes in it. We're seeing other Americans as neighbors.
Is reporting that the vice president has identified 3 top candidates: Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania, Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, and North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. I don't want to put you on the spot, but...
And I will refuse to be put on the spot.
And let me add some of the other names. Yeah. Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky, Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Now that I've broadened the pool, you got a favorite?
And let me just, on the pool, what 2 weeks means is the pool is 7 or 8 people. In Obama 08, Clinton 2016, I was vetted both times. It was 30 people, then 20, then 10, then 5, 3, 2, 1. The short time frame does not mean you sacrifice in-depth analysis. It's just you have to have a much smaller field to do this by August 7. She's got a lot of good directions to go. A lot of good directions to go. You know, I think we have a big talent pool. And it was kind of an odd race because there's a big talent pool on the Republican side with Republican youthful, energetic types. And there's a big talent pool on the Democratic side. And it was a funny race where the 2 candidates were both, you know, more on the older side with this big talent pool beneath. But I think that we've got a big talent pool. I mean, I will say, of all those people, I served with Kelly on the Armed Services Committee. And I know he and Gabby socially, and I'm very, very close to them, and think, you know, his track record before he was a senator, his work with Gabby on gun violence. You know, I could see a Mark Kelly standing on a stage and saying, my life's really been affected by gun violence, and President Trump's has too. And the difference between us is you guys think the solution is more automatic weapons, and we think the solution is more common sense. I could see him delivering a line like that and it working. But look, Josh Shapiro, battleground state, might be the holy grail of the battleground states, and a contested Senate race. Kelly's got a contested Senate race, battleground state. Cooper, North Carolina's in play. Went for Obama in 08, hadn't gone since, but for a variety of reasons, including state politics, North Carolina's in play, and that would be a good one. And Cooper could help there and elsewhere. Andy Beshear, a real Appalachian, you know, and that would be a... You know.
Oh, what you trying to say, Senator?
Campaign. This comes as Senator Mark Kelly returned to D.C. and faced questions over potentially becoming Kamala Harris's running mate. Mark Curtis is in the newsroom tracking it all for us now. Mark.
Hi, Rachel. President Biden is scheduled to address the nation at 5 o'clock Arizona time. Of course, we'll bring you that live and a special report from NBC as soon as the president is ready to go. Meanwhile, today, Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, as you mentioned, returned to Washington from a trip overseas and was asked if he would accept an offer from Vice President Kamala Harris to be her running mate.
Would you accept it? Again, this is not about me. I mean, this is about the future of this country. You know, whether we want to take this country back to 2016 and 2020 when the world was a much more dangerous place when Donald Trump was president of the United States. The damage he did to our alliances is we're still recovering from. What do you think? We do not
top down, and I think Kamala Harris soon is going to be in a position where she can really take off, and I'm excited about it and feel confident that she can win this presidency because she has to.
So the excitement is certainly showing itself up in dollars and cents. I'm getting examples of what the campaign on the fundraising side is receiving messages like, what a big day with VPK as the candidate. We would like to contribute $1 million. What's the best way to do that? A Republican from Texas wants to donate for the first time. Things like that. So as her running mate, that's the big question. If Kamala Harris officially becomes the nominee, then the big question is who will be her running mate. A lot of people are talking about you, Governor. If she asks you to be her running mate, will you accept?
Well, I appreciate people talking about me, but I think the focus right now needs to be on her this week, and she needs to concentrate on making sure that she secures this nomination and gets the campaign ready to go.
Willie.
Governor, good morning. Would you?
She asked, would you consider joining Kamala Harris?
Are we not talking about concrete anymore, or what? Got to finish your question, Dan.
If she asks, would you consider joining Kamala Harris on her ticket?
Well, let me begin by saying a word about President Biden. I had the privilege to be able to speak to him just a few moments after he issued his statement yesterday. President Biden is an extraordinary public servant. He has served this country, the state of Delaware, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as our third senator for a long time, and of course this nation so honorably. And the work that he has done is going to lead to positive change for generations to come. We're talking about one of those particular decisions here that the EPA is announcing today. I couldn't be more grateful for President Biden's service. President Biden has often remarked that one of the most important decisions he had to make was selecting a vice president. And in that, he selected Vice President Harris, who has been by his side as this nation has built ourselves back and made extraordinary progress. President Biden yesterday endorsed Vice President Harris, as did I, as did many across this country, not only because of how honorably she has served in the past, but how absolutely ready she is to be president and to be the standard bearer for our party. She will now have to make an important decision, as then candidate Biden had to make, and that is who to run with, who should be her running mate. That's a deeply personal decision, and a decision that should be made really free from any political pressure. It's a decision she needs to make, who she wants to govern with, who she wants to campaign with, and who can be there to serve alongside her when she serves as, God willing, the 47th President of the United States. She will make that decision when she is ready, and I have all the confidence in the world that she will make that decision along with many others in the best interests of the American people.
As the Vice President,
you're only here to visit your family in Western PA.
As the Vice President discussed the possibility of serving as her running mate with you, have you had conversations?
I spoke to the Vice President yesterday, shortly after I spoke to the President. You know what we focused on? Defeating Donald Trump. Our conversation is all about how we beat Donald Trump and protect our freedoms here in this Commonwealth. We talked about how we can't go back to a time, as Donald Trump did, where he ripped away our freedoms, from the freedom to be able to try and join a union. Remember, this is the same guy who went to the Supreme Court to try and turn this Commonwealth and this country into a right-to-work place. We will never be a right-to-work state as long as I'm governor, and we will never be a right-to-work nation as long as